One sunny afternoon, Beo and Ngozi were sitting on a bench outside their school, chatting about random things, when Beo leaned in and whispered, "Ngozi, do you know most adults are hiding at least one dark secret?" Ngozi raised her eyebrows in surprise. "Really?" "Yes," Beo replied confidently. "And you know what's funny? You can easily blackmail them. Just go up to them and say, 'I know the whole truth.' You'd be surprised at how fast they panic." Ngozi laughed, shaking her head. "No way. That can't be true." "Try it," Beo said with a mischievous grin. "You'll see." Intrigued and eager to test the theory, Ngozi decided to try it out when she got home. The moment she stepped into the house, she saw her mother folding clothes in the living room. Remembering Beo's advice, she took a deep breath, put on a serious face, and said, "Mommy, I know the whole truth." Her mother froze mid-fold. Her eyes darted around nervously, and after a brief pause, she quickly reached into her handbag, pulled out a $50 note, and pressed it into Ngozi's hand. "Please don't tell your father," her mother whispered before hurrying off to the kitchen. Ngozi stared at the money in her hand, her eyes wide. It worked, she thought, barely able to contain her excitement. Later that evening, when her father came home from work, Ngozi decided to test the trick again. As he sat down to remove his shoes, she walked up to him with the same serious expression and said, "Daddy, I know the whole truth." Her father's face turned pale, and he immediately pulled her into his study, shutting the door behind them. "Listen," he said, lowering his voice, "you can't tell your mother, okay?" He then reached into his wallet, pulled out $1,000 in crisp notes, and handed it to her. "Promise me you won't say a word." Ngozi was stunned. She could hardly believe her luck. She nodded quickly, stuffed the money into her pocket, and rushed out of the room. Now brimming with confidence, Ngozi decided to try it one last time. She ran outside to the gate, where the gateman, an older man with kind eyes, was locking the gate for the night. She approached him and boldly declared, "I know the whole truth." The gateman froze, his hands trembling as he let the padlock fall to the ground. Tears welled up in his eyes as he dropped to his knees and embraced her tightly. "Thank God," he cried. "Thank God you finally know the truth, that I am your real father." Ngozi screamed as her jaw dropped. She stood there in shock, as her parents rushed out of the house running towards the gate as their hearts racing to find out what happened to Ngozi.